Man, oh man, this video is a long time coming. It is, Trey. It is a long time coming because never have I formally called you out on your bullshit. And right now, I'm going to call you out on it because, seriously, man, like the title of the video says, shut the fuck up and finish your games. Because that is exactly what you need to do. You need to stop hyping games, stop talking about games you never played, stop talking about games you never beaten, stop hating, more importantly. And that whole scenario is funny as hell. It's everybody else who's hating on you, yet nobody hates on your channel. People just laugh at you and correct your misinformation upon subjects and laugh at Nintendo, but you, no. You hate on people personally. But when people have things to say about Nintendo, you call them haters. And yet, again, what can I say? Who's really hating on Nintendo? Because who is really jealous of Nintendo? Who is really jealous of what Nintendo is offering right now? I know I'm not. I'm definitely not. But back to what I was saying before. You need to shut the fuck up, finish your games, and stop frauding. I mean, you hype up all these games, you never finish them, and I'll go down a list of games you've never finished. You bought Witcher 3, you never finished it. You bought Bloodborne, you never finished it. Twilight Princess HD, let's see, Wind Waker HD, Skyward Sword, Xenoblade Chronicles. You hyped up Xenoblade Chronicles X, you never even got a scale. I mean, you spend more time damage controlling and hyping games than you actually do finishing games. And when you talk about finishing games, you name the same games over and over and over again. The funny thing is, you made a video last generation, years upon years ago, talking about how does it feel for a Nintendo system to have the definitive version of Grand Theft Auto 5, and yet years and years later, you're up here begging for Rockstar to make the game for the Switch, and yet the game is 4 years old on two platforms you own, in the PlayStation 3 and the PlayStation 4, and you still have not finished it. Unfreaking believable. Like why is a company gonna listen to you about putting a game on a platform when it's been 4 years and you still have not finished their game? Not only that, it's not that you just haven't finished that game, you have not beaten one Rockstar game. You name me the one, I repeat, the one Rockstar game that you have ever beaten. And I'll formally apologize to you because I can admit, unlike you, when I'm wrong. Now, another thing, I see you hyping up and retweeting a possible Oddworld game for the Switch, yet you've never beaten an Oddworld game. I see you hyping up and retweeting Dragon Quest Builders 2 on the Switch, and guess what? You claim you never liked RPGs, you don't like RPGs, you've never finished a Final Fantasy, and I damn well know you've never finished a Dragon Quest game. So again, why are you hyping up games that you have no plan of actually buying, playing, and you definitely don't have any plan of actually finishing it? Why do you hype up games? You know, I mean, why do you hype up games, period? And all in all, why are you even on YouTube, period? Why don't you get like some job in Nintendo's PR or damage controlling firm? Because as far as I'm concerned, you don't play games, you don't finish games, and you can go on and on about how many hours you put into this game and how many hours you put into that game, but the bottom line is, you don't finish your games. So what does that say about you that you put allegedly countless hours into these games but you can't finish them? You are pouring countless hours into games, allegedly, but you can't finish them. And how many months has Zelda been? How many months has Zelda Breath of the Wild been out? And you still haven't finished that game, but yet over here, Black Bond, your resident so-called Nintendo hater in your ignorant, fraudulent eyes, has not only beaten Breath of the Wild, he has beaten Skyward Sword, he has beaten Twilight Princess, he has beaten Wind Waker, he has beaten Xenoblade Chronicles, he has beaten Xenoblade Chronicles X, he has beaten every Fire Emblem game, and wait, speaking of Fire Emblem, do you even have a DS to play Fire Emblem? Oh wait, You don't. The guy who dumpster dives on forums and LinkedIn and dwells on NeoGAF and N4G rather than spending it. I mean, the funny thing is you claim that you can't finish games because you don't have enough time because you work too much. Like, nobody else has a job here. And the funny thing is well, let's take Rev for example. Rev is like I wouldn't consider Rev a seasoned gamer or a hardcore gamer, but that man has 2 kids and a wife, and yet he finds time to finish games. How come you can't find time? Oh wait, because you're too busy damage controlling, dumpster diving, hyping games will never finish, and otherwise talking about things you really aren't even qualified as a gamer to talk about. Because when we talk about these games, most of them you've never even finished. Again, name me one Rockstar game you've completed. Name me one. And I'll apologize. Name me one. All in all, as the title says, shut the fuck up and finish your games, because it is absolutely embarrassing that you call yourself a gamer, call yourself a Nintendo gamer, and yet you don't finish these games. And then you make a stupid video. Why does Nintendo still have the kiddie stigma? Because Nintendo does not have any in-house studios primarily making games, or hell, I don't think they have one internal studio that is making any mature rated games. I don't think they've ever had it. I mean, anybody can tell me or prove me wrong, but Perfect Dark, second party, because Rare was a second party. Eternal Darkness was a third party game. Bayonetta was a third party game. Those games are contracted out, but you name me one internal development studio that Nintendo owns, first party, that is making a game that is mature rated or targeted with a demographic that is specifically targeting adult gamers. They don't have one, and they've never done it. And the fact that they won't put any of their resources into catering to the adult demographic or any kind of IP game or product specifically tailored to an adult demographic should show you that, guess what? They're pretty much not focused on it. Hence why they still have the stigma of mainly for kid-friendly games, E for everyone games, and games for kids. And hey, there's nothing wrong with that, but you need to accept reality because it is what it is. Now I'm going to end this video. I'm going to actually do something you don't do, which is play games. So all in all, Trey, seriously, if you want to be credible, if you want to actually be, I don't know, validated, if you want anybody to actually take your opinions and thoughts seriously, I don't know, maybe you should finish your games.